This is a video that explains what is DELAC, District English Learner Advisory Committee. It is a collaboration with our Berkeley families along with district officials and school board members. So what is DELAC? DELAC is a district-wide committee of representatives from each school site, TK through 12th grade, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade. Those committee members can be comprised of parents, caregivers, guardians, staff members. At the secondary level, definitely we encourage students to participate who see themselves as advocates for English learners. What does DELAC do? There are 6 major responsibilities that DELAC is charged with. In summary, DELAC advises district officials and school board members on English learner programs and services that directly impact the decisions and the input that is given to our LCAP plan, our Local Control and Accountability Plan. So as I mentioned, it is a collaboration and there are 6 major functions or responsibilities of DELAC. DELAC is responsible for advising district officials and board members in developing a district EL master plan. An EL master plan includes education programs and services for English learners, taking into consideration school site plans. We also advise conducting the district-wide needs assessment on a school-by-school basis. This is why it is critical that each school site has a DELAC representative so that they can speak to the specific and unique needs of their school community. DELAC also advises establishing district programs, goals, and objectives specifically in the interest of English language learners. And it's not limited to, but it also includes programs and services. The next 3 is around collaboration and developing a plan to ensure compliance with providing EL services, so English learner services. And what that really means is accountability. It's holding our district accountable and ensuring that supports and services are provided for our students who need them. DELAC is also charged with an annual review of the school district's reclassification or RFEP criteria and the process in which students reclassify. What that means is that there are state mandates and guidelines on criteria in order to deem a student eligible to reclassify, meaning that once a student has been in a program, English language development program, that they are eligible to reclassify because they have shown proficiency in English and have deemed that they're no longer in need of this type of support. DELAC also reviews the written notification required to be sent out to our families. Sometimes they are directly given from the state in terms of templates, and we as a community in Berkeley have the responsibility and the choice to modify and make sure that it is family friendly and that people understand the notifications that they're receiving. Now, again, there's a lot of legal education codes that are attached to this particular committee, as often there is with a district level committee. So referencing the above codes here, if DELAC acts as it should as the English Learner Parent and Family Advisory Committee, then under the above ed codes, DELAC directly will then have to review and provide input on the development or annual update of our LCAP. So that's typically in most years the Local Control and Accountability Plan. This year, in the era of distance learning, it's referred to as the Learning Continuity and Attendance Plan. Who can be on DELAC? There are requirements. Again, DELAC members are elected by their site. So these are family members that are representative of their school site who are also family members that have children who students are identified as English language learners. And when we meet, it is critical that the committee is comprised of a majority of membership of families. So of course, we often have presentations and ongoing collaboration and dialogue from a number of stakeholders, but the majority has to be comprised of our families. There is an election process, as I've mentioned, that is done through the school site, ELAC, English Learner Advisory Committee, and every year ELAC should have the opportunity to elect at least one of its ELAC members to be that site representative for district ELAC. Now, the district is responsible for training these committee members. The district shall provide all DELAC members materials and training to carry out their required advisory responsibilities. Now, again, going back to those 6 major responsibilities that DELAC is charged with. There should also be the provision of planning time to allow for full consultation with DELAC committee members. I also want to highlight here, because there tends to be some misinformation around this, but district funds can be allocated within guidelines to cover the cost of training for DELAC members in the real time when we're in brick and mortar setting and we were in school session. It would also help and support the provision of childcare, translation services, and other reasonable expenses in order to hold this district level committee. Again, I want to echo that DELAC is a collaboration between our Berkeley families, our district officials, and our school board members. And it is deeply rooted in accountability and ensuring student success, particularly for our students that are identified as English language learners.